food bank lines stretching for miles. Did any of you ever think you'd see that in America? In cities all across this country? Families facing the threat of eviction. This nation has suffered too much for much too long. And everything in this package is designed to relieve the suffering and to meet the most urgent needs of the nation and put a job if I haven't already. Will I lose my insurance? Will I lose my home? Over 85% of American households will get direct payments of $1,400 per person. For a typical middle-class family of four, husband and wife working, making $100,000 a year total, with 3 kids, they'll get $5,600. With 2 kids, we'll get $5,600.
Jared Polis also signed a law this year that would send out a $750 tax rebate for individual filers and a $1,500 rebate for the joint filers. According to the Colorado Department of Revenue, everybody, those who file their state income tax return by June 30th will receive their checks by September 30th. For extended filers who meet the October 17th deadline, the refund will come in by January 31st, 2020. The state of Virginia is also sending out a one-time tax rebate to some qualifying residents. According to the Virginia Department of Taxation, those who had a tax liability last year will receive up to $250 if they filed individually, and up to $500 if they filed jointly. The payments are expected to start going out in late September, but it's possible that some may not receive theirs until the following month. The Virginia Department of Taxation said for these two that are eligible and filed by July 1st, their rebate will be sent by October 17th. This means all of you guys should receive their payments by the end of Halloween. Illinois is also providing one-time checks, and these checks, everybody, are going to help many people, and as their one-time income and property tax rebates to residents, they'll begin being issued very, very soon. According to the Illinois Department of Revenue, for the income tax rebate, a single filer, everybody, will receive $50, while a married couple that filed jointly will receive $100. Those with dependents can receive a rebate of up to $300, with $100 provided per dependent, to a maximum of 3. Only those in adjusted gross income of under $400,000 for joint filers, and less than $200,000 for single filers, are eligible for these rebates. While the refunds will begin being issued this week of September, the Illinois Department of Revenue website specified that they will take several months to be issued. President Biden's approval rating also recently hit 40% during the month of August. That's a 9-point spike from over a month ago. The new poll was just published today and found that 40% of respondents approved the Biden job rating in the Oval Office, rising from 31% approval rating that he received from Americans in the same poll in July. 52% of those surveyed said they disapproved of the job that President Biden is doing. Along party lines, 83% of respondents who identified as Democrats said they approve of the job Biden is doing, an 11-point increase from last month's poll.
Madam Speaker, let me wish you good morning, and my good friend, Mr. Cole, good morning. It feels like just a couple of hours ago I was saying good morning, but let me say to the gentleman, he looks marvelous for getting no sleep, and it's great to be with you. Madam Speaker, the Rules Committee met and reported a rule, House Resolution 972, providing for the consideration of the Senate amendment to H.R. 2471, the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2022. It provides for a motion to concur in the Senate amendment to H.R. 2471 with a House amendment and 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Appropriations. It divides the question on adoption of the motion into 2 votes in the order specified by the chair, and provides that if any portion of the divided question fails, the House shall be considered to have made no disposition of the Senate amendment. The rule also provides for consideration of H.J. Res. 75, the extension of Continuing Appropriations Act of 2022 under a closed rule. It provides 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Appropriations, and provides for 1 motion to recommit. Finally, the rule provides for consideration of H.R. 6968, the Suspending Energy Imports from Russia Act, under a closed rule. It provides 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Ways and Means, and provides 1 motion to recommit. Madam Speaker, the bills contained in this rule are about investing in our communities and families here at home and living up to our values abroad. Throughout last summer, House Democrats were hard at work passing appropriation bills, funding nearly all of the federal government to build on the momentum of our economic recovery. This full-year omnibus is the product of extensive bipartisan, bicameral negotiations. Both sides have come together to produce an agreement to fund the government that I think has resulted in a very, very good bill. This means this agreement does not include everything I wanted. And I know it doesn't include everything my Republican friends wanted. But I think at the end of the day, it's a good package that is going to benefit the American people. I especially want to recognize Chairwoman DeLauro and Ranking Member Granger and thank them for forging a bipartisan path forward. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the incredible staff of the Appropriations Committee, as well as the incredible staff of the Rules Committee, Democrats and Republicans, who have worked tirelessly to bring this legislation to the floor today. I think most of my colleagues here do not appreciate how hard the staff works, and I think the American people ought to be proud of those who serve up here in both parties for their public service. The work of Chairwoman DeLauro and Ranking Member Granger could not have come at a more critical time. We are at a moment in history that demands a strong, confident America, and the certainty provided by this omnibus will allow us to tackle some of our country's biggest challenges by helping to support good-paying American jobs, by building ladders of opportunity for hard-working families, by confronting the existential threat of climate change, and by investing in life-saving research into maternal health, mental health, and opiate abuse. I am proud that we negotiated a government funding package that centers the needs of middle-class and working families, not the rich and not on powerful special interests. I'm particularly proud that one of the provisions included in this package is funding for a White House conference on food, nutrition, hunger, and health. It is something that we have worked together on in a bipartisan way in the Rules Committee and with Democrats and Republicans in the Senate. We live in the United States of America, the richest country on the history of this planet. And yet, as we gather here today, close to 40 million of our fellow citizens don't know where the next meal is going to come from. There is not a single congressional district in America that is hunger-free. We ought to be ashamed of that. And hunger is a political condition. We can solve this problem, but we need to have the political will. And this conference, I hope, will provide that political will. I'll remind my colleagues the last time we had a conference on this subject was 54 years ago. And so I am looking forward to working with the White House and my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to forge a path forward to end hunger in America once and for all. Madam Speaker, this rule also provides for consideration of a short-term continuing resolution that keeps the government funded at current levels through March 15 to give the United States Senate